But maybe before this, just because um, some big things have been happening. Something called the Olympics. Maybe you haven't heard of it, probably because nobody's there to watch it, um, which is really unfortunate. But the reason we bring it up is there were some actually pretty interesting outcomes in terms of Filipinos. I don't think in terms of Cordilleran's, which again, correct us if there were or weren't, but as far as we know, I don't think they actually were um, Igorot. But yeah, like the first, oh well, first gold, proper official,
Upper gold official.
non demonstrative. What was the other one?
The first gold that was on a demonstrative sport was Ariane Cerdena. She got a gold medal in bowling back in 1988, I think. And it was
88.
only a
Wow.
demonstrative sport, so they're just giving it a go, and so she won a gold, which is pretty awesome. And then of course this past or last week it was her name is Hidalyn Diaz. She got the right there, man. Team Philippines. She got the
Team HD,
freaking
man.
gold in weightlifting, man. It was a 55 kilograms weightlifting event.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
that's amazing, man.
it was crazy. So
Mhm.
yeah, recently I've been doing Olympic weightlifting, so like my interest is definitely peaked in this Olympics.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with all of the events where there's a Chinese athlete, especially in weightlifting, you just assume that they're just gonna
win
destroy,
Yeah.
destroy everybody, or at least
Right.
like comfortably win or something like that. So that group was actually super interesting because I don't know what happened, whether it was the coaches or they just underestimated Hinlin or whatever, but just yeah, out of nowhere, she just like pulled out a PR or personal record and just yeah hit that last lift,
Amazing.
and it was crazy. And then
Yeah,
it was crazy.
I think
it was a
that what
crazy
happened
battle.
was that didn't the Chinese competitor broke the Olympic record. I could have sworn she broke the Olympic record, and then Hidalyn had to break that record to win, wasn't
She
it?
she might
So she
have. I don't
broke an Olympic
remember.
record.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Chinese lifter, has like the world record in clean and jerk. So and
Wow.
that was the second lift. So we know she can. Well, at least they know she can do more. So I'm not really sure why they settled for the number they did. A lot of people are wondering why. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just thought Hidlin couldn't hit it because we've never seen her hit that. Like she's never hit that number, as far as
Wow.
I know. So on the big stage, she
Sheer-
just smashed
sheer-
it. So
Yeah,
was
sheer
amazing.
willpower,
it
man.
was crazy.
Because did you guys hear that she was stuck in Malaysia for a while?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I've been following her Instagram. She's
Yeah.
just been in Malaysia forever, and I don't actually remember the politics behind that.
It was
'Cause there
COVID.
was-
It was COVID. She was
Oh
stuck.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but like
they weren't letting people out of that place.
in Malaysia,
Um,
no,
right.
I think it was I thought it was the Philippine side where
Well, they weren't letting them in.
either they weren't
maybe
they
it's
weren't
letting
letting
them
her in, or she couldn't train properly in the Philippines. I cannot remember. Don't quote
I'm
me
not
on this because
exactly
it's very
sure.
bad.
I just know that she wasn't being supported financially by the Philippine government. That's one thing.
That's-
man,
that's
they
one
weren't taking
thing.
her seriously.
Well, look what happened now. She just pushed through all that and
Yeah.
So she
claimed
was
the gold. So it's
likely
She was
amazing.
lifting like jugs of water to keep the training going.
that's
You know,
that's what everybody focuses on. So
Crazy.
funny.
Well, it's just crazy, man. Because how can you
That was-
jugs of water? How can you get that balance that's so different
Yeah.
from? Maybe it's actually what helped her.
That was in
You
the
know-
very beginning of the pandemic when everybody was on lockdown, so she couldn't really train. So that's what she
Yeah,
had to
right.
resort to. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. You still have to train, and because she was going to the other competitions, she went to the Asian weightlifting championships as well. So she had to train for
Mm.
everything. So yeah, that's pretty
That's
good.
so cool.
So-
It was,
That's amazing.
and then hearing after that, like in the ceremony, or I guess in the medal ceremony, hearing the Philippine anthem at the Olympics, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
That was
Like,
crazy.
that was nuts. Like, I don't know if we're gonna hear that again, but
Mm, mm.
But-
It
Who
took
knows?
100 years. It's like being a Cubs fan, a Chicago Cubs fan or something. It takes 100 years to get one person, one team. Man, yeah, we might not hear that for a while, but hopefully not. But yeah, that was special, right?
it was.
Yeah,
But I
for
mean,
sure, man.
those boxers came close, man. They
They
there was
did.
Yes,
They did.
yes.
They
few
did. The
of them.
boxers,
Silvers,
silver
right?
medals. They
you
had
got-
Neshti and Carlo were the boxers, women's featherweight and men's flyweight. Wow.
those were the
And then-
silvers, right?
And then there's a bronze medalist too, Emir
Yeah.
Marcel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are like all
Boxers.
boxers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Emil
So-
Marcel, Carlo Palam,
Paalam.
and Neshti.
She's from UP
Petit.
Baguio.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. She goes
Yeah,
to UP Baguio.
Yeah.
And I think the boxers, don't they train up there in Baguio?
I think so. Yeah. Well, it's
Well,
I don't know.
Pacquiao likes to train there sometimes.
Yeah.
So
because the high
Probably
altitude.
probably why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it makes sense to train in Baguio because
Team
that
Lakay.
that at
Team Lakay, man.
Yeah.
Team
train
Lakay,
up
the
there.
altitude helps.
Yeah.
Just like the U.S. They train in Colorado.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Olympic teams train in Colorado because of the altitude.
Exactly.
Wow.
So weightlifting, and then the other three were boxing, basically.
Yeah. But there was a Filipino in skateboarding. There was one in gymnastics, which didn't medal, but it was like top 5 or 10. I can't remember. And then most recently, there was a golfer that was, I think, top 10.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Female. So, I mean, the reason we're bringing up the Olympics is, yes, I mean, sometimes we talk about, other Filipinos saying that, or we have issues with Filipinos either claiming our culture or whatever,
Mhm.
and the whole pan-Filipino thing. I think we've talked about that multiple times. But I mean, it's always great to, even though we have those issues as well, it's always great to honor, Filipinos in general. We're not opposed to that whatsoever. So, what they've been able to do during these Olympics, it's not done yet, right? I think it's still, but I don't know if we have any medal hopefuls anymore. But it's amazing getting the first gold and first at least official gold, and even the other medals, even participating in some of the other sports. So it's pretty amazing.
One of the
Right.
early female medalists in America was actually a Filipino American named
Oh.
Victoria Draves, right? Manalo.
Yeah, and she
that
was
it.
she set the standard back in
Nice.
1948 or something like that.
Yeah, man, and she had to deal with all kinds of racism too when going into the pool and all this stuff. So,
Mhm.
Oh yeah, like people didn't want us to
Yeah.
be in the same pool with her, like
Wow.
wacky.
yeah.
And now look, I wonder how the diving team did this year because haven't seen any.
Yeah, I
posts.
didn't see anything either.
So I think maybe it was all right,
Maybe.
Or maybe we didn't have a team. I don't know, but
I don't see any memes coming up yet, so I think we might
yeah,
be. Maybe they did
Oh,
okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, but in terms of just Filipinos, we do want to honor our people. So
Indeed.